Good morning, everybody. This is Herb from the Herb Swamp, and today we're going to be talking about sweetie pie raspberry. I'm sorry, sweetie pie blackberry. Alright, so let's kind of talk about this a little. First of all, the reason why it looks so bad right now is because it actually just had a transplant. I normally would not do this, but the soil was staying a lot too wet, so I had to actually amend it with a ton of bark. Actually, all of my plants out here are full of bark and cactus well-draining mix. But anyway, as you can see, there's not many fruits here, and it's because of the transplant. It really took a hit. I normally just wouldn't do this, but it had to be done. Alright, so let's talk about the sweetie pie blackberry here. So the botanical name for this is going to be Rubus fruticosus. It needs at least 4 hours of sun to thrive. I'm here in a shady, very shady patio. There's huge oak trees everywhere, so it's very shady here. And this plant loves it. It actually was full of fruit earlier in the year, much lighter load now. It can tolerate short-term wet soils, which is not common for other blackberries. This one, it's been through quite some flooding. It rains pretty heavily here, so it's pushed through it, and when my other ones couldn't. So I think that's of note. This plant is extremely drought tolerant as well, so it can totally take the drought. You don't have to worry about watering it. This container is pretty big, so I have a ton of bark at the bottom just to help with drainage and just prevent that waterlogging issue. Alright, so fruiting time is pretty much early June. The flowers start to peek through in about April. The yield for this is definitely pretty heavy. It's about 10 to 15 pounds per plant under ideal conditions, which is not this. These are not ideal conditions. Doing a transplant while having fruit on the plant is not ideal. Alright, it's notably sweeter than other varieties. Sweetie pie has been named some people's favorite variety. It's very sweet. I've tasted it comparing it to Ponca, and it's actually rivals Ponca. Like, they don't talk about this much, but it definitely does. It's at its maximum height, it can get about 6 feet. Here's another one I can show you guys, and I actually cut this one all the way down to the ground, as you can see here. There's a ton of fungus from the latest feeding, which happens. I don't really let it bother me. So there's that. Now, this plant usually is suitable for zones 5 through 9. It's hardy all the way down to -10 degrees. It is self-fertile, and the chill hours are usually about 300 for this particular plant. I've actually had pretty good success with even lower chill. So this is a very low chill blackberry. I'm going to keep you guys up to date and see how this thing is doing later in the year once it settles in from the transplant. Alright, this is Herb from the Herb Swamp, signing out.